Very good evening, my dear friends. This program is meant for LLM fourth semester, branch 4, corporate and securities laws, paper 7, both for regular and also for the private students. Friends, today I will deal with another equally important subject matter in corporate laws called corporate governance. This is a phenomenon, a corporate concept which has got global recognition. And then today there are laws aiming at proper corporate governance. And in today's crisis, where the economy is virtually at a standstill, now to revive the industry, it is a corporate sector which has to play a very pivotal role either in India or in world general. And then it is this corporate governance alone which will now have to play a very pivotal role in bringing back the economy to normalcy. If corporate governance now is not proved to be effective, then the result will be catastrophic all over the world in general and India in particular. Already India now has gone several years back. The economy is limping, and this particular setback has spread to one and all, irrespective of their earnings and then status and then their capabilities in the society. So, friends, under such circumstances, we'll have to study this particular concept of corporate governance as students of corporate and securities laws. You have already studied the Companies Act, the company law, and various other allied legislations. Then, what is this corporate governance which has been put in this particular semester at the end of this study? Because with the background you have already developed, you will have to understand this particular subject in proper way. What is the meaning of corporate governance, friends? It is the mechanism by which the values, principles, policies, and procedures of a company are inculcated and manifested. Only based on that values, the principles and policies, today the economy could be brought back. Otherwise, it will become a lame duck forever. Because the backbone of the economy is the corporate sector in any country, in fact. The contribution made to the economy, taxes, by the corporate sector is giant contribution. So, the essence of corporate governance lies in promoting and manifesting integrity, transparency, and accountability in the higher echelons of management. So, friends, prima facie, the corporate governance goes to the decision making capacity of the shareholders and their capacity to nominate proper members to the board of directors. As the hierarchy goes, it is the shareholders, board of directors, then the managing director, then the company secretary, and then various other heads, and then the other staff. This is how a corporate structure is standardized. In that event, it is the shareholders who must have proper commercial wisdom and the directors who should guide the shareholders with their economic knowledge, knowledge of economics, knowledge of commerce, business, trade, industry, and above all, the laws. The laws. And then today, multiple laws have been incorporated for corporate movement, wherein in the existing crisis, the corporate governance is linked with the various aspects of corporate laws, including the insolvency and bankruptcy code. Because this particular corona's breakdown and the lockdown have an impact on the functioning of NCLT pertaining to IBC. Eventually, it will have an impact on the running of affairs of a corporate concern. So, this corporate governance, now you can understand how important it is. And then it is based on the principles of good governance, which is known to India, of course, from ages. Actually, this is not a modern topic so far India is concerned. In fact, we find this particular subject matter having the traces with regard to innumerable references about good corporate governance in our epics and in scriptures. As for example, Mahabharata speaks of great corporate governance, the Ramayana, and in the modern context, in the modern India, after the epic age, the Arthashastra of the great Chanakya and various other Nitis and then Smritis. In fact, everyone should understand, know the Arthashastra of Chanakya. If you click internet, the Arthashastra of Chanakya has been translated into English and then several books have come. And then one of such great books is written by the Mamidi Venkatramanaya, the great mathematician. You can search in internet, Google, and try to get the English translation. Because it's in Sanskrit, everybody cannot understand. If you can understand Sanskrit, great. And Chanakya speaks of civil administration of justice and criminal administration of justice and then running the empire, which is called governance, and running business, which is called corporate governance. And then he speaks of, for example, adulteration of food. The affected person must be given compensation by selling the properties of the person who caused it, for example, food poisoning, hotels, then that is civil administration, tortious liability. Chanakya said then criminal administration of justice, the persons who committed adulteration, their hands must be chopped off and they must be imprisoned. So civil and criminal administration both were integrated